It's a bit of a reunion here. I mean, myself and Chris Morris have finally gotten back together after haven't seen you since pretty much the final of the Betway SA20. But there's a bigger reunion happening in the Betway SA20, and it's a bigger reunion than Oasis getting back together, the Friends reunion. It's Alan Donald getting back together with Lawrence Klusner and John T. Rhodes. I mean, that is a proper reunion. The fans are crying out for that.
Yeah, look, I got the nod a few weeks ago, and then of course it went a little sort of wild on Instagram and other posts, and so yeah, to be with him, I know him very well, I know both of those guys very well, their energy really well, and to be with them in the same dressing room again, yeah, I can't wait. It should be good fun.
And also, I mean, Eddie, you've been watching the first two seasons of the Betway SA20. I mean, what have you made of the competition? I'm sure you must be excited to be a part of it.
Well, after the first year, I remember I put out a message on Instagram just saying I'm so proud to see what this tournament is doing. It's so good for South African cricket. And after season 2, like last year, it just got bigger and better. You know, we're seeing fantastic players in the competition, blowing the house down, and it can be just so good for our young players. You know, being with the DP World Lions now, and inside that dressing room, the talk of being in the same dressing room as some of these big players, that overseas players, you know. So the more we have that, the better.
Yeah, I've got a two-part question. First of all, have you looked up the golf courses in Durban? Because I know you'll be taking your clubs with. And second one is, when you've got someone that gets outbid and you're looking after a player that you really want and he gets outbid, what's the thought pattern behind your squad members and that? Do you guys go through a lot of players that you'd want to pull in afterwards, just as backups, or how do you go about that?
Well, I think in the experience of that in the IPL is training becomes almost irrelevant, as you know. You know, I bet you would have taken a lot of optionals, but then your focus is really on the guys who are on the fringes and making sure that mentally that those guys are looked after, asking the right questions. They there as ears. You know, just sitting there in that RCB change room, and you've got Shane Watson, you've got Gale, AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli, and those youngsters just latch onto that. They just become sponges, you know. So, but for me, it's making sure that their skill is up there, and that they just mentally. For me, it's about just checking in with them every single day.
Eddie, you mentioned the youngsters, but now it's time for the adults to leave. As I let the youth come, what the kids say, let the youth cook, because not only is the Betway SA20 happening, we've got the schools SA20, and which is exciting because it is a tournament that's going to be running all the way through the season. I mean, the games start this weekend. It's the provincial round, which is phase 1. There's phase 2 is regional round, and it goes all the way through the national finals, which will finish up in March. But I'm joined now by two superstars here who are involved in the schools SA20, Cameron Little and Danielle Hugo. I mean, Danielle, I've got to ask you this question. I mean, how's the team feeling? Is the team ready, and can you bring back the schools SA20?
I definitely think so. We are very pumped up and very excited to be part of this. Yeah, I think we are going to win. We are very excited and pumped up and ready.
Cameron, I mean, you've scored a lot of runs in the Elson week, and a lot of eyes on you now, part of the Tigerberg hub. Could you see yourself one day you're joining maybe the rookie draw in a couple of years' time?
Yes, definitely. Looking forward to playing in the team, whichever team would like to select me to be part of this season.
Do you have a favorite team?
MI Cape Town.
Danielle?
I'm a Sunrisers fan.
Danielle, you and I will get along just fine. But we've seen the school players here, Pami. Now let's see who's going to go up in the rookie auction.
The picturesque Paarl hosts the first Betway SA20 day game on Saturday, 11 January, when the Royals take on the Sunrisers Eastern Cape. Dave Miller and the rest of the men in pink will welcome the classy Joe Ruitt and the T20 World Cup winner Dinesh Karthik, along with young guns Nkaba Peter and Kwena Mapaka, to the roster at Boland Park, as the Royals look to go all the way this season.
Right, it is time for quite an exciting thing to happen. Everything is fantastic. We love it. We love all these new big players that turn up. But we've seen them, most of them anyway, all before. And there's always excitement when these youngsters turn up. And it's the rookie draft that's going to go on. All of these teams have to pick one. And I must kind of go back on what's happened in the last couple of seasons as well, in that they've been retained, right? So it means that there's something happening in terms of them going forward. As we go into this as well, there's the schools SA20, which you just heard Cooks talking about. So there'll be some guys and girls in class who'll be kind of, watching under the tables instead of listening to the teachers, because they want to know if their mates are going to be in the Betway SA20 in Season 3. Let's get it started then. Over to Richard.
Thank you, Bobby. So, the rookie draft. Welcome to the final section of this evening's proceedings, the rookie draft. To recap, this is how it'll work. There are 89 rookies available to be picked. Each team can pick one rookie. So there are 6 spots available. A team has 2 minutes in which to make their selection. And once you've made your selection, please raise your paddle. Pommy will come over to your table and confirm your pick. Please provide the player number and the name when confirming your pick. Teams will pick in reverse order of how they finished the season 2 in the tournament. So, let's get started. MI Cape Town, are you ready? You're ready. The clock starts now. Wow, how long did that take, Tommy?
I suppose that's kind of the benefit of being first to pick, right? In fact, start off with the number.
My Cape Town select R7, Tristan Loose.
You heard him, Richard. R7, Tristan Loose.
There you are. So, rookie number 7, Tristan Loose, will play for MI Cape Town. Well done. There's a happy young player there, I'm sure. So, let's make the second pick. Pretoria Capitals, are you ready? Your time on the clock starts now.
That took a little bit longer. 3 seconds.
He was playing with me.
Who you got?
We're going for Keegan Lion Cachet, number 69, rookie.
R69. Go and repeat the name.
Keegan
Thank you.
Lion
R69, Keegan Leon Cachet. Well done, Keegan. He'll be another happy young fellow. You're going to play for the Pretoria Capitals next season. Thank you very much indeed. Good choice there, I am sure. So the third pick now. Par Royals, are you ready? Your time on the clock, they're really ready, starts now. Oh, look at that, quicker than MI Cape Town. It's amazing.
That was quick.
That
was very quick, actually. Right. Who have you got?
Paul Royals have gone for R34, Devon Murray.
Okay. R34, Devon Murray.
Thank you very much. Just to confirm that the Par Royals have chosen Devon Murray to play for them in Season 3 of the Betway SA20 League. Well done. Well done, Devon. You're going to be a Royal. So then, let's moving along. That's our fourth pick. Our fourth pick is none other than the Joburg Super Kings. Are you ready? Yes, you're ready. They are ready. Your time on the clock starts now.
I love this. I absolutely love it.
Nothing between these MI Cape Town Royals. They're all they're ready to go, Pommy, aren't they?
I suppose it kind of got everybody waiting. We want this one. If they don't pick that one, we'll go to that one, and that's all good. Who have you gone for?
R2, JSK will go for JP King.
There you go, R2, JP King.
Your player is player number 2, R2. It's JP King. Well done, Jordan. Jordan Philip King, you're going to play for the Joburg Super Kings. I feel we should be stretching this out. It's all we gave you 2 minutes to make 6 choices. We're going to have them all done. So then, right then, Durban. Sorry, so final pick then. No, it's not. It's the Durban Supergiants. Durban Supergiants there. I'm looking at you. Are you ready? Yes, they're ready. In which case, we'll start the clock now. These guys have done their homework for me. They know.
Lovely. Fastest one.
We've gone for player number 32, Christopher Jaden King.
Our 32, Christopher Jaden King.
Player number 32, Christopher Jaden King, will play for the Durban's Supergiants. Well done there, Christopher. You must be a happy fellow, I'm sure. So in that case then, by a process of elimination, the final pick. The final pick then, you know it's going to be the Sunrisers Eastern Cape. Are you ready? Just nod your head. It's competent. Who wants to be the fastest bidder? Because your time on the clock starts now. And there they go.
I wonder if someone said to them, you know, if you bid really quickly, you might get some money back or something like that. I don't know. Okay, who have you gone for?
R20, Daniel Smith.
There you go, R20, Daniel Smith.
So, rookie number 20, Daniel Smith, you are going to play for the Sunrisers Eastern Cape. So, the rookie draft is over. Pommy, I guess you've got to speak to somebody and ask their reason behind making their choice.
Yeah, fair enough. First of all, give us why you've gone for who you've gone for with regard to rookies.
We went for JP King. He plays for Robbie down at the Warriors. Obviously the plan behind that was to try and get someone who's had some first-class experience, and he's done that last year a little bit, and he's in their starting lineup, so we're very happy with that.
As somebody who's kind of gone the journey in terms of franchise cricket, in fact, I remember a time, and it's many, many years ago now. I'm sorry, giving away your age there, but kind of sitting there thinking, oh, gee, so much money, and now you're coach, not one of those players being selected as a youngster. How's that going, and how do you bring them along?
Yeah, looking back at when I was a youngster, I had to play my cricket. You're looking for opportunities, but I played my cricket at the Wanderers Cricket Club on a Sunday afternoon, mostly with older guys who played for the beer afterwards. We weren't allowed to drink at that stage. So for guys like this, to have the opportunity in the SA20 in a competition like this, what a privilege for them. And, to rub shoulders with some of the biggest names in cricket, it can only be good for them.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're looking forward to working with youngsters and the youngster particularly.
Absolutely. We saw a bit of him last year. We invited him down to our nets during one of our training weeks. So I know a little bit about him, so looking forward to get him in the mix.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the story essentially is that there is a pathway, isn't it? I said that there would be guys and girls who are sitting there with their phones or whatever devices, looking at things and going, hey, am I in? Who's in? Will I get in at some point? And no doubt that will happen because there's that school's SA20 as well. Over to you, Richard. I think we can close it out.
Well, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to draw stumps. That concludes proceedings for the day. Thank you for your attention and for your bidding throughout the day. We look forward to welcoming you back to South Africa in January for the third season of the Betway SA20. Thank you very much indeed, and a safe travel home.
As we get to the business end of Season 3, it'll be time for the playoffs. This is where Betway SA20 destinies will be decided. The 4th of February sees the first qualifier at the oldest ground in the country with its incredible fans, St. George's Park, where the winners will head straight to the final. The action heats up even more on the 5th of February as fans at Centurion take in the eliminator between 3rd and 4th place on the standings. The winner of that encounter will play in the second qualifier, which takes place on the 6th of February, also in Pretoria. After 33 epic matches across 6 cities, all roads will eventually lead to the Betway SA20 final on Saturday, the 8th of February. The Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg will play host to the final, where 2 incredible teams will battle for the honor of being crowned champions. Let's get ready for Season 3 of the Betway SA20, where incredible things will happen.
Yep, done and dusted. Everybody knows where they're going. Everybody knows where everyone else has gone. And as ever, with all these franchise tournaments, it can be life-changing. Right, Chris?
I suppose so, Pom. Yes, it is absolutely life-changing. I think for me, the most important thing is obviously take the money aspect out of it. The experience as a cricketer, what you're going to get, is out of this world. You've got some of the best coaches in the world there, and you've got some of the best players coming over. And you put them together. And when I say the best players, we're talking about the South African players that we've got that have played for South Africa and aren't playing for them anymore. So the whole cricket experience in general for me is what's life-changing for you as a young cricketer. So I'm so excited to see some of the guys that are coming into the league and just enjoy the experience. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose we kind of speak as, I suppose, old school. And by old school and traditional and all of that, it's conservative, isn't it? And he'll say, no, take the money aspect out of it. But this is a job for many, and it's kind of the beginning. If you get a start, it's fabulous, isn't it?
Well, you don't want to know what our contracts are worth when we come onto the scene. So, yes, it is a lot of money for these youngsters, and it's great. But also, I agree, from the old school perspective, it's just great that they're going to be able to sit in a dressing room and maybe have a cool drink or a beer with these guys and learn about the game of cricket, not only from a South African perspective, but also there's going to be internationals in that change room as well, so they're going to learn from them as well. So I think it's a fantastic initiative that the SA20 has come up with, and I think it's going to be great for the generations to come.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there's a fellow who's sitting there, he wants to speak to us, he's excited. I don't know if you'll be able to just keep sitting in his chair. It's Oguhle, and he is with the champion. You're smiling already, Oguhle. That's good. I'm happy that you're smiling. Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, a bit overwhelmed. I was caught off guard. I was obviously watching. I was watching it, sort of hoping, because the stuff is obviously a pick of whoever. It's a game of luck. So I think when my name came up, I was like asking, please, can I get it? And then, luckily I got into the Sunrise. So I'm really grateful.
They're champions as well. So you get into there. Is there any particular team? You can't say anything else now, I guess, because you're with them. But when you are looking sort of for a wish list, is there any particular team that guys go for? Are you and your mates together? Have you spoken to any of the guys you play with about this auction?
Yeah, I think for me it was always the Sunrisers. Obviously, I am from Durban, so Super Giants also would have been a nice addition. But I think the Sunrisers, just the human beings that are there. I know O'Neil, my teammates, is similar, and then I just saw Daniel Smith is in there as well. I get along with him, so I think there's a good human being there as well. So, yeah, I'm happy with my team.
And speak about what kind of conversations you guys who are youngsters have had and the way you look at the tournament kind of from inception. So season 1, when it turns up with no real expectation or not knowing what to expect, up to now we're on to season number 3, and what kind of conversations are going on?
I think the biggest one is actually outside the cricket. It's more the excitement behind it. I think the crowd and stuff, because obviously with our normal domestic stuff, we don't really get as big of a crowd as the SA20. So I think for most of us as young players, I think that experience just playing in front of a big crowd, and obviously being around the overseas pros and the international players that play with us, I think that for us as young players is a massive honor. So that's something I am looking forward to.
Yeah. Chris has a question for you.
Kush, congratulations, boy. Nice to see you wearing a shirt that fits you for once. But quick question, how are you going to enjoy the band in PE?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think with the band situation, I think it is, you just embrace it. I think that's the sort of culture that PE people have. You can see the band is a big driver of the stadium. So I think for us as players, it's just embracing it. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's looking forward to the experience, playing front of one of the best crowds in South Africa. Yeah, that's for me is what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, and from now until then, what do you do? This is the question. Like, from who have you told? Have you told anyone, or do they know already? Had you told them to watch the auction? What happens next for Oguhle?
Yeah, so I actually watched the auction home alone, so it was a pretty awkward one whether I should scream or should I be silent. So yeah, I obviously picked the silent, but luckily my brother was there. He was the first person to call me. He was really excited for me, and obviously now the family that's also called, and so I think that's the biggest one for me. And yeah, I think what's next is we just carry on. Obviously have to still got a job to do with the Dolphins. And then I'll just prepare well for that, and then obviously when the SA20 comes, then just being open to learning. And I mean, it's a team that has one trophy, so again, as much as it is exciting, I think there's a bit of responsibility as well for me to get in and actually perform if given the opportunity. So yeah, I'm really excited, man.
Yeah, look, no pressure, but I think I heard them say they're banking on you to make sure that they win it a third time. I'm only kidding, okay? I'm only kidding. Well, all the best and congratulations. Enjoy the tournament. Enjoy the excitement as you kind of lead up to it as well. It's a journey, as you heard the guys talk about, and I know, and you know, it's a career that you're in, so take it with both hands and enjoy also the fact that there's so much experience around you. Back here with Mark Boucher, and cheers, yeah, go well. Back here with Mark Boucher, and Boucher, you can see the smile there, can't you? Like ear to ear.
Look, I know he comes from the coast, but I hope he can surf, because he's going to want to spend a lot of time with Dale Steyn. I mean, why would you not? So surfing, fishing, that's going to have to be on his agenda as well. I think Dale's going to be fantastic for him. I've seen him bowl. The way he bowls is going to suit St. George's Park as well. So, yeah, it's great for him, and it's exciting for him as well. Great opportunity.
And tell me about the experience of coaches getting youngsters and kind of helping them along, because coaching is also something that, you know, guys get a whole lot of fulfillment from, and you can speak from experience.
Yeah, look, I think it's important that, you know, once the guy is there, he deserves to be in that spot, and it's about taking what he's got and trying to get the best out of him as well. Sometimes you've got to be a little bit softer, sometimes you've got to be harder. So I think that's going to be key for Dale, is having a look at his character and trying to say, right, this is how I've got to be with this guy. Obviously the talent is there, we've seen it. It's just how do you get the best out of that particular talent. So he's got a great attitude as well. He wants to listen, he wants to learn, you can see it there. He's very chuffed to be given this opportunity. So that's one box ticked already. I'm sure Dale's going to tap into something special there.
Yeah. Well, as I say, and as you will hear many a time with the guys talking on commentary and all the rest, it is life-changing, not just in Betway SA20, because you're here, everybody wants to watch this tournament, particularly because of the vibe, because of what it looks like, and then you're in a shop window, aren't you? And away you go from there. So absolutely fabulous. Congratulations, not just to Oguhle, but to all the rest who have made the rest of the teams too. And they'll be looking forward to January to getting started. Let's get outside now again. Nobile is out there. I think Ashwell's there too, but who have they got? They've got a special guest alongside. Over to you, Nobile.
Yes, Pommy, I am actually inside now. I'm where the big bosses with a lot of money are sitting. I'm feeling very comfortable. I think this is where I should be next year, just putting it out there to the big bosses. However, I'm here with Jonathan Chart, who is now the head coach for the Pretoria Capitals. He's no stranger to the game, and as a person who's played and coached before. Jonathan, how are you looking forward to coming back to South Africa, and now you're coaching the Pretoria Capitals?
Hi, thanks very much. Yeah, very excited. Today's been a great afternoon, and my first auction of the SA20, but it's been a good day, and we're happy with the players we got.
We love that. Ashwell, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic day, as Toti said. I'm sure he's happy with his squad. All of the owners and coaches will be happy with their squad. Toti, just obviously, you've played a lot of cricket in South Africa, both domestically and internationally. Not coached here a lot. Having somebody like Mandla, who's the home coach at the Titans, just in terms of the nuances around the local conditions, that must be nice to have somebody like him in the backroom staff.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've got a very experienced coaching group as well. But having somebody who's local, knows the conditions, knows the people around, and how we can best go about using those home conditions and creating a bit of a fortress feel to Centurion Park. You would have played there as well against the Titans, or against when South Africa have played there against opposition. It's quite a hostile place to come to, and certainly looking to take advantage of that.
Absolutely, and then just looking at your squad, obviously some fantastic new names in the squad, but to have that man, Andrich Nokia, where's his name, is right up there, having him back in the team, that's massive.
Yeah, it was a big loss, wasn't he, last year? And so to have that pace, we saw the impact he has for South Africa in the T20 World Cup, and the sort of different variations that he can bowl, the pace, and reading the wicket and adjusting conditions is key. So all around the country, he's going to be vital for us.
He's an experienced guy. He's been around the world,
Yep.
but he hasn't tasted it yet, the Betway SA20. He hasn't tasted it yet.
I want to ask him, obviously there's the element of cricket, obviously there's the element of a big prize, a big purse to win at the end of the competition. However, there's also a lot to experience. You said you've only watched it on TV. What are you anticipating going into the different stadiums? Also, your home stadium, what do you think you can expect coming into the SA20? This is bigger and better. This is T20 at the highest level. For me personally, I've enjoyed it so much. Yes, to the T.
Yeah, obviously I'm looking forward to experiencing the competition, but also working again in South Africa is something I always wanted to do, so happy to get the opportunity. But it's a case of making sure that when we get to the start of the comp, which we're ready to go, we've got a little bit of a build-up time, so I'm looking forward to that and getting to know the players. But having seen it on TV, but it does look a good spectacle. But once you're in it, it's still just a game of cricket, but it's always nice to be back. And the tournament has gone from strength to strength, and hopefully it just gets better and better in season 3.
Oh, definitely. It is going to get better and better. While we've spoken to the coach, he's saying he's looking forward to the vibes, what's happening in Pretoria, as well as what's going to be happening in the T20 or the SA20. Back to you, Pommy. What's happening there?
Well, I've got a couple of guests. That's what's happening, first of all. And the couple of guests are Kumar Sangakkara, absolute legend, and also Robin Peterson, both coaches, of course, of the two sides, Paarl Royals and MI Cape Town. Kumar, nice to see you. Your business today, you happy with what you've done?
Yeah, we were here for 2 players. And we got our first choice in basically both. We knew what would happen with the other players. And Trevor Penny will be taking over at the Paarl Royals. So I'm just here to provide some colour and entertainment.
Much colour, yeah. We're waiting for the entertainment part, but much colour. Okay, and Robbie, in looking at your squad, I mean, there's some players there, we sort of said, sitting here, we said, Rash comes back, and when he does, it's like a new player you're getting because he was injured, you missed him. What is it you were trying to do and bolster within your squad?
I think we're in a similar position as Kumar and them. We've got everybody we wanted. We just wanted a little bit of experience. We got Riza, Dane Pitt experience off spinner, and Corbin Bosch is in there too. So we're pretty happy with what we picked up today.
It'd be wrong of me, and all of those people in Cape Town would be saying, hold on. You guys are like, shooting out the lights as far as your stars are concerned. But what's going on? Can you go better this time around?
I think, we've been around for a long time, around T20 cricket and French. A lot can change in a year. So we'll be better prepared this year. Of course, we'd like to end up a little bit further up the table and compete a little bit better this year. But we thought we're trending in the right direction, so hopefully this year can be our season.
Kumar, speak from a kind of world cricket perspective and the way that the environment goes, the ecosystem, as it were, calendars, franchises here, there, and everywhere, and kind of how everyone tries to fit in, and where the Betway SA20 is and how it's doing in your mind.
Well, I think you can just look at the impact, the positive impact it has had on South African cricket, number one. I think it needed a huge boost, and all credit to Graham and his team for putting this tournament together and allowing their players to be showcased. When you talk about accelerated development, we talk about common ownership of IPL owners in this league as well. It just shows the promise, the potential of the tournament, and also the development potential for the South African players within this ecosystem. So I think the South African, the Betway SA20 is is in a really good place with great upside to it as well. And as you see with leagues around the world, not all leagues are going to be successful, but the way this is run, the way the passion and the effort and the structure behind it, the owners behind it, and it's a great place to play your cricket in. It's attracting new fans, growing the game in South Africa, and growing new audiences abroad as well. So it's a great tournament, and I think within the ecosystem of all leagues, it fits in very well.
Difficulty or ease, Robin, with regard to coaching, and I suppose shifting for some from one to another, but for others there's a certain synergy where you're kind of seeing them over and over and speaking to them over and over. So when you're here in Cape Town with them in Betway SA20, and you might be with them at another tournament somewhere else.
Yeah, of course, that continuity is important. I think having consistency in your player group is really important. It builds trust, it builds confidence in each other, it builds confidence in your environment. So I think it's really important, to have that continuity. And we love it at Emma. We like to keep our players within the stable, and hopefully that breeds a little bit of success down the line.
Yeah, I thought you were going back in time a little bit there. Like, they say, we love it at MI. And I'm seeing Robin Peterson at Wonkere right there. Okay, and for you, you're not coach anymore. What does that mean then? What happens with Kumar Sangakkara from here?
Well, I'm basically just a traveller now for Rajasthan Royals. Dip in and out of a few tournaments here and there, see what's happening. Rahul Dravid in the IPL. It's a fantastic addition with Vikram Rathore in support. We heard Shane Bond here, but he's staying in the IPL setup. Trevor Penny moving across, doing both CPL and South Africa T20. So we have a few moving parts, but all again within kind of the Rajasthan Royals franchise network. And I agree with what was said here in terms of the importance of consistency, the philosophy, the players, building trust, and then making sure that it allows, when you have multiple franchises, to have a consistent flow of players through it, and you can add value not just to each of those franchises, but value back into your IPL franchise as well.
Okay, you speak quite like a director of cricket. Is that the title? Is that the title?
Yeah. At the end of the day, whatever title, at the end of the day, you wanna make an impact and have a positive impact. And we've got a great team of people around, not just in the franchise, but sitting above them as well in different levels. We have a great buy-in from the ownership as well. So, I think Rajasthan Royals, from where it was, 5-6 years ago, the vision for Rajasthan Royals has changed, and the need for that kind of centralized vision for all its portfolio is very much required. And the addition of CPL and then SAT20 to the Royals team in the IPL is really kind of the first steps of a growing enterprise.
Yeah, two big enterprises. Gentlemen, congratulations on your squads. I hope you got all that you want. I know that's not always possible, but I hope that you did, and I also wish you well in the planning for, what is it, January the 6th? Is that when we start? Somewhere around there. 9th. There you go. I like that you're onto that, actually. Yeah. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Kumar. Now we'll go outside to Ngobile. Are you outside this time, or are you somewhere else? I do know that you have a special guest, and he can run very fast. I don't know if he still can, though.
I'm definitely the queen of special guests today, Pommy. I've got Brian Habana. You know him, global icon, rugby guy, now cricket guy. We are converting him. I saw him at too many games last season, so I had to bring him in. Brian, how are you doing?
Kwesi, I'm doing really well. The only reason you saw me at those games last year was because Laureus, Sports Focus South Africa, has become the social impact partner of the Betway SA20. So hopefully this year will be even bigger and better and have a lot more kids from all our global funds in there doing some fantastic things at the stadium.
It's what it's all about. The partnerships that are happening because of SA20 has been absolutely incredible. Guys, it's been a beautiful day, beautiful auction. We wrap up. Any closing thoughts, comments? I'm so excited.
It's been a great day. I mean, we saw players' lives get changed. I mean, Reza Hendricks went for a lot of money, Marcus Ackerman, but I'm standing next to a global icon. I mean, was it 67 international test tries?
124
Brian,
tests.
if there was...
One
we
World
got
Cup, one World Cup.
One World Cup. I mean, most Super Rugby titles, okay. So anyway, Brian, I'd like to know, I mean, if there's a rugby version of the Betway SA20, how much do you think your base fee would be? Would it be 175,000 or where are we going from?
Base fee?
Yeah, your base fee.
So to what era? At the Brown Band in 2007 or Brown Band in 2009?
2007.
2007 base price would be at 2.4. Why are you I mean, your base price was like...
My base price was always low, Brian, so it could grow from there. I've got a question for you, Brian. So, two questions. First of all, were you a little bit disappointed not to see your name come up today? And second of all, if you had a team that you would play for, we know it's not my Cape Town, would it potentially have been the Joburg team with your upbringing?
With my upbringing, it probably would have been the Joburg Super Kings, and probably because I'd want to be next to Faf du Plessis. Just that
you guys are going to share shirts?
Share. Oh, no, I can't fit into extra smalls at the minute. I'm more looking at an extra large. But yeah, very disappointed my name wasn't up, but fantastic to see youngsters getting an opportunity that could potentially change their lives, and it really has been phenomenal seeing the reinvigoration of South African cricket that the Betway SA20 has brought. I have put a challenge to Cook to see which one of us can catch that 6 at some point in the season.
So with me, I've seen you catch it.
What base price did you go in?
Mine is 2.3 million actually.
No, I'm saying to catch the ball. No, you don't. We're struggling with these guys, but Chris has been phenomenal to Graham and Lynn and the whole team at Betway SA20. What they've been able to do has been really great, and really hoping that South Africans get behind what has become a phenomenal competition.
Well, Brian, I've been asking everyone the same question. Which is your favorite stadium? Which is bringing the most clears for you? Where have you really enjoyed it? Because I've seen you at every single one. I've even seen you in Paul.
You have seen me in Paul. Paul's really good. I think getting out to the people is fantastic. There is, though, just something special about Newlands. Up in Joburg, the bull ring's phenomenal. Centurion's great, but there is just something about Newlands that is pretty special.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw it out there in terms of I want to make Cooks very happy. Being a Centurion boy and playing for the Lions myself back in the day, those two stadiums are unbelievable. Centurion's my home. I love it to bits, but you cannot beat that band in PE. That Lebeja band blows you away every single time.
And the nice thing is, I mean, the band in PE, I mean, the rumor is that the only time this trophy's gone around the country is during the auction, the opening ceremonies. Otherwise, it lives in St. George's Park.
Oh, wow. I wonder what's going to happen this season. I wonder where it's going to go. Well, that's it from us here outside. We've had a time. We're going to continue mingle with the people. Have a great time. But back to you, Pommy. It's been great. We're looking forward to an incredible Season 3 from the Betway SA20. It's going to be exciting, guys.